Well, it's raining. It's Melia. 3 guesses where we're going. One last time. First of all, let's get the goods from this guy. You want to make a trade when I'm with my lover in the rain? Because, you know, that's the most romantic place to do it. He has a golden cog. And what he needs is, well, morbidly, he needs something from our fallen brethren. So let's give him something. Like an iron that shows not your physical reflection, but your soul. Wow, this is amazing. Here, take this as a thank you. He gives us a useless crap. Small ore. We get shining impracticality. As he quickly makes himself scarce because he realizes what he's done. He's realized he's given us a weapon so we can knock him out with it. But there we are. Obtain the golden cog through trading. That is our second to last unique collectible. And don't worry, I'm saying that small all for you when I find you in a back alley.
Yeah.
When no one's around. You traitorous git. Also, fun fact, you'd think that since it's a bit of a mechanical piece, you know, as a cog would be, you'd think Shug would love it. Fun fact, he's okay with it, but Melia loves them. Oh yes, I do love them because they're golden. You know me, the mechanic Melia. Unless you want to turn Melia into a mech armor, I don't think that would work, but hey ho. On that note though, hey everyone, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, we took our first steps back into Telethia Cave and realised that things have changed and now things are nasty and not so well, and things just like to plummet you into bottomless pits. Speaking of bottomless pits, let's go to Melia's bottomless pit of despair. That's right. We're going all the way back to Alcamoth, because if you remember, a while ago, we got told that Telethia, a young High Entia boy, is still trapped in Alcamoth somewhere. So we've done a lot of work in cleaning up the area, taking a few people out in more ways than one. As I go to complete wrong location.
And while the thought is on my mind, right now you have the 3 women in the party and they don't have a post-battle dialogue.
No, which is really odd because a lot of the characters between them have unique dialogue between them. But there's only like 1 or 2 combinations that don't have post-battle dialogue.
Yep, it's the 3 women, and also Charlotte, Ricky, and Fiora don't have a post-battle dialogue.
I mean, with Fiora, Sean, and Ricky, you could, make something about how Ricky is cute and how they're fawning over him, or something of some sort. So it seems a bit weird. With Melia, Fiora, and Charla, you can make the argument how things are very awkward because Charla's kind of in between. Fiora and Melia saying, "Oh yeah, I'll get Shug, but I'll support whatever you do." So I guess that makes sense from a narrative standpoint. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For once, now that everything's been cleared up, you would honestly think that they would limit themselves to how much they would want to use Alcamoth. No, unfortunately not. If you want to find Telethia, he is amongst the wreckage here.
He's off to the right, I believe.
So, let us make ourselves scarce. And again, no. With cars here and blocking the teleports, I think it's a unique way to, I don't know, just introduce the residential district, but hey. I'm dreaming of things ahead of my time. And by ahead of my time, I mean the definitive edition, please. But anyway, though, as we've seen Alcamoth come and go in its heyday and what remains of it, I do hope that they manage to make things a bit more efficient, putting in fast travel points, making things a bit more interesting in the post-core side quest wise. No, just making use of space, I suppose. Because Alcamoth is very big, but as you can probably tell, there's next to nothing to do here. Now, I know what you're saying, it's a ruined city, yes, but, you know, you could find little hidey holes from High Entia, or have a turning point in which this guy doesn't recognize you. Thanks, boy. Or just get a little bit more personality. Because you know how there was a bodyguard where the secret club used to be?
Yeah.
Have that be a similar thing next time. Have High Entia that are on guard on various posts, maybe leading towards a residential district of some sort. And then, after everything is all said and done in Mechonis Core, you're allowed to go past those points. It'd be a nice little tidbit of exploration for those who remember it. It's a classic trope of JRPGs, but still, it's one that really holds up.
Yeah, because I'd love to see, like, High Entia houses, like, how they design their houses.
Yeah.
Because all we got is the Imperial Palace as a reference.
And, yeah, and to your point, it's not like they don't have a reference, because they could just make something on a scale of this. Same architecture, same building, for materials, who knows? Hell, I'd even go for a clash of styles. Perhaps just use similar things to what you did back in Telethia Cave with a mix of High Entia ship and whatnot. No. It would be kind of nice though if they did have a stoic bodyguard guarding one of these side pods. The secret club is still going on in my mind. Where's my caviar drugs?
It's a Telethia bouncer.
Yeah. No Telethia shall enter unless they have a secret Telethia club card. But hey, we'll cut to when we find Teelan, and hopefully he's not too far off. I thought you'd be here. How these Telethia ain't found you? Who bloody knows? You know, buddy. It's safe.
Meryl asked you to come look for me. She's waiting by the evil planet out of sea. Thank you. I'll go to her.
On my own, with Telethia around.
How?
I'm also kind of glad that he wasn't a wanna-play kid, because that would have ruined the atmosphere a little bit.
Yeah, and also this game didn't commit one of the cardinal sins of saying, look, he's now an escort quest. So, you know, I'm grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But, on that note, I'm really amazed that that's actually happened. The sky's been cleared. It's no longer raining. And that's it. Alcamoth has been cleared. Ignore him. Alcamoth's been purified. There's nothing else to do. We've done all that we need to side quest wise. Alcamoth's free to be rebuilt for another day. So, in a kind of morbid sense, this is goodbye to Alcamoth, in more ways than one. Until we see the definitive edition, in which case, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But no, we've been through ups and downs narrative-wise. We've had a lot to say about it, some good, some bad, some middle ground, and some hope of what is to be. I don't think Alcamoth could be one of the key points of improvement to what already exists, barring what they do, you know, new content-wise. Forgotten Shoulder and whatnot. But I don't know. To make a point brief, just make the post-core side quests matter a bit more, make the fallen gods more unique, and just have more mementos, I guess.
More impact as well.
Yeah, have more tidbits, maybe add another area in which you can see, you know, the outer life of Alcamoth.
Yeah, because like after Galvin, the Telethia Imperial Guard side quests left less and less of an impact with each one we killed.
Exactly, because they didn't have anything unique. The only thing that was different was that they just got bigger. Not really a way I imagine an Imperial capital to end. But on that note though, this place has been grand. So, for that, Alcamoth, until we meet again, goodbye. You were definitely a high point of this adventure. Hopefully, we'll see you in HD and hopefully another game. Looking better and brighter than ever.
Mm-hmm.
And at night, as Alcamoth is purified, we've done our last job for the capital.
Teelan was safe? That's such a relief. I was beside myself with worry. Please take this as a token of my gratitude.
We get a need for a Protect 6, just like how we have protected Alcamoth, and get a big star of affinity for the trouble. But I feel like Teelan has something more to say. So, let's go back and see if we can find him. See if he has anything that he saw in the capital whilst he was there. And sure enough, he's there, looking at the same capital as we are. How's it going, kid?
If I go there, I might be able to find some documents. But could I really do that on my own? Hey, can you hear me out? My professor told me something before he turned it into a Telethia. He said there's a secret lab somewhere in the tomb. Apparently it's caused for some kind of research on the Telethia. Anyway, I was thinking there might be a way to change everyone back to normal in there. That's what my professor said. But I'm still just a kid. I can't get there on my own. Please, can you help me?
A Telethia laboratory?
Says the Fiora tree. Okay.
That sounds like the sort of place there might be a way to do it. It's our best hope. If it's there, we should be able to find it.
I wouldn't want you to put yourself in too much danger. Narrow-headed people being reckless. But it makes me happy to hear you say that.
So, we need to find Telethia research from the Telethia laboratory in the High Entia Tomb.
Really? You'll do it? Thanks. Then I'll go over to my professor's read notes again.
When I said that our trip to Alcamoth was done, I wasn't lying. But our work for the High Entia, that's not close yet. So, if you're playing this for the first time, you think, but I searched high and low for this sodding place and I can't find it, you know? There's nothing left on the map that hasn't been seen. All Heart to Heart's been done, even the secret areas have been all done. Except there's one place in which we never actually explored thoroughly. What if we went back? Now, there's two things I love about this. One, if you go in... Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Three things. If we look beyond here, that symbol looks familiar. Melia stood here. But what if we broke boundaries and stepped a bit closer? Secret door. Now, two other things I love this. One, when we first arrived here in High Entia Tomb, where was Alvis standing? Right here. Now, I might be just, you know, clawing at nothing, but why do I get the feeling that he might have stood here just say, like, you don't need to go past here? Because Melia didn't have her symbol at the time, but he didn't know what was going to happen. And 2, this was meant to be Melia's ancestor. From what we've seen, who knows? Another thing that I actually love is that there have been a few cutscenes as soon as we entered Alcamoth that there's been a location in which we actually never saw. You'd think this must be a closed-off room, must be used for a random cutscene, and they just left it be.
Yeah.
Nope. Monolith was smart. They made a room, did something narrative with it. Remember the research lab that they worked on to cure the anti-spear mechon? In fact, it's literally right there in the center.
Yeah, Lord Thea was here.
Yep, and Alvis. And apparently, someone else was here. Let's get to it, and let's get to the most dangerous Telethia in the entire game. Furious Jozon. This guy is no freaking joke, environmental-wise, attack-wise, and strength-wise. As you'll see here. What you want to do is you want to get all of your party together. But just try and distance themselves level-wise. But on that note, let's get to his attacks. At almost 500,000 HP is a camera, thank you very much. The hell was that about? This guy has a lot of attacks and a lot of dangers. But look at though, as you can probably tell, he get ruined by shots a tranquilizer, so hey ho. First off, his talent art, Ether Laser 6. That's a front line and it is a simple attack. The Attention Seek, can I say, his most useless attack in the world. Because he just draws attention to himself. He commits lock on when he's the only enemy in the sodding room.
Yeah.
There's no one else, no distractions, no environmental damage to speak of. It's just literally pointless. Makes you wonder what his placement was here to begin with. Next one, Invite to Despair, which is Pierce and lock on. Again, why? What's the starting point to the lock on? In fact, it just makes Attention Seek even worse. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I should probably make sure that I was going to say make sure Fiora doesn't die. So let's focus on that.
And I will say the bridge that leads into this room, it's got jagged sticks coming out of it, and that likes to mess up the camera.
It does. Not to mention, it creates an awkward position in which your allies fall, but they don't actually come down here. They're sort of like in a bit of a limbo. So that can be disrupted. As a Telethia, you would imagine he does have a soul read, so make that of what you will. So Melia, Shulk, anyone else who's able to do that is there. And here is what I think is his most dangerous attack. Predation. As you can probably tell, all around topple, and it is a very devastating move. Next up is Delta Cannon. It's a light ether attack, nothing much to make note of there. And finally, his second worst attack in my humble opinion is Ether Storm, as it can knock you back and it can daze you as a result. So not only is his stats pretty bad, the environment is not dangerous per se, but it's definitely disruptive. And with a lot of harsh attacks, he can be really hard to beat. How hard? I don't mean to draw the curtain a little bit, but off screen a few times we've been here testing things, saying like, could we do this yet? Could we do this yet? And oftentimes no, because luck just wouldn't let us. Even now, we feel like this is just a bit of a challenge. Like I said, he ain't the strongest Telethia for nothing. So that's him as an enemy. Can I say, this has got to be one of the biggest complaints I have about Telethia. As I die. If you couldn't tell, Jozen, we have never seen this Telethia before, or even his High Entia form. Wouldn't it be nice if he was similar to like Banner? Be like a shifty High Entia going, ooh, I'm Laura the Psychic, and I'm secretly helping the downfall because she's promising me Xander's power. Just to have this blow up in his face and not even finding like a side quest for him, just finding him here with no, and just leaving you to think about like, oh, he's here because, you know, things went down. He was betrayed by Lorithia. The sort of things that you don't really think about. I just wish we got to see this High Entia Previously, just to have some context. Because when you first enter, you think, oh my god! Who's this guy?
And he's not the only Telethia unique monster either.
No.
It would be much easier. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, apparently. Maybe we should stop here for a while.
But, our narrative complaint aside, here we are. As Melia stands in the chest, we get a lot of good stuff. Weapons, garters, diving line, and silence. I will take all of that good stuff. And lastly, in case you need to know, the odd books he drops: Spear Blade, Magnum Charge, Double Blade, and Sneaky. We were anything but sneaky when sneaking in here.
Yeah.
We essentially broke down their last door of defense and then said surprise. And amongst other things. But here we are. The spear, which is the bane of living tissue. Telethia research, which I can only assume Jozan dropped. Which again, just makes me feel like, come on, you could have had Jozan be a sneaky High Entia research saying, oh yes, I'm with Talia and the rest of them, but in the background, I'm working against them. Like, come on, just make a little bit of narrative context. Because otherwise, it just looks like this guy just stumbled into a lab stupidly.
Yeah. Just a random Telethia in here out of nowhere.
Yeah. Or even go on to say he was an experiment that broke out. Just something. Or have NPCs saying, hey, there was a High Entia named Jozan, but he disappeared a long time ago. I wonder what happened to him. Just something like that.
Yeah.
And that's just me pulling ideas out of my arse. Again, I just feel like the High Entia got a bit of a shaft when it comes to post-core narrative. Apart from Tyrea. That was good. But now, with that, the sun sets. Now Alcamoth and the High Entia have been laid to rest. Let's talk to the kid one more time.
Are these the documents? They're really dirty. Must be because they're so old. Interesting stuff. These are all ones, all right. They're all about the Telethia. Thanks, guys. I don't know how far I can get, but I won't let my professor down. I don't want to just sit around feeling down anymore. I'll find a way to make it back to normal again. Thanks again for your help. Right, time to get down to some serious research.
Now that, we get the Rex helm. And just on that piece of narrative, I love the fact that, you know what, maybe the High Entia can come back.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? But there is one more thing that I think I would want to do first. Our first trip to Alcamoth, we promised the child to lay family to rest and perhaps pick up a memento here and there. Helped out one kid, let's help out another. But before I get off that topic, I love this sense of regeneration. How that might be possible for things to go back to the way they were. Something tells me the High Entia does have what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's a good story for another day. But now, I think we need to lay another one to rest. Here we are. He's fine.
This is my father's precious object? Yeah, I see. This really is precious. Thank you so much. But this is me, and seeing as I can always be with our family. This photo all shows us what a mom used to look like. I'll make Jake a lovely present for seeing.
It's not much, but I like that little tip at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It was very special info. Until cried with a delight when he saw it. Physical protect, then a Widow's staff. Not much, but you get the point.
Look at my photo. Shows me remember my mum's face. She had shorter wings than my dad, huh? My mum died, you see, back when she had my little sister. I feel like I understand why my dad loved that photo so much. Why he buried it in a place where it would always be near him. I feel like I could end up doing the exact same thing.
But what does the sister say? That's what I'm tempted to say.
When my brother gave me this photo, his eyes were all red. I asked him if he'd been crying. He said there was something in his eye. I know the truth. My brother's lonely too. I think he wants to have the photo as well. I said we could take turns, but he said he didn't want it.
Of all the crap that we've given High Entia kids, I think this one's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Chin up, kid. When Alcamoth comes back, I know the perfect position for you.
Yeah, these two kids and Teelan, you definitely gain an ounce of respect after all this.
They spent their lives running around, but at the same time, though, they are filled with determination when it matters. You gotta love that in kids. On that note, though, guys, I think it's time at the end of any episode on that touching moment. So, if you liked this video, be sure to like it. And if you didn't, well, you know where to go. And if you want to subscribe to see more content in it, then be sure to subscribe to see more. But that's it. The High Entia arc has come to an end. Melia has been appointed Empress. She's proved herself in the marsh. She's got all of her skillful branches and cleansed Alcamoth and rescued everyone that she could. And the others were laid to rest. Not a bad start for an Empress, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.